Namaste. Welcome to YogaBetsy's Feng Shui workshop. As you know from your yoga classes, yoga is an energy management system, but we live in a sea of energy, and there are many ways to arrange your lifestyle, and things in your house are all made of vibrations, and they can impact each other for good or for bad. So this is just a nice basic introduction to one of the kinds of Feng Shui. There are several different kinds. There's the compass school. This is the black hat school, and we're going to be using a very simple tool with which you can use in a room, even your desk, your whole house. If you can rearrange some things here to correspond with different colors, different energies that are divided up, the house is divided up into different places that are dedicated to different parts of your life, you might find that your energy is unblocked in your life as well as your house. You'll be happier to come home to your house. Problem areas in your life suddenly begin to resolve themselves. It's all a matter of energy and how it flows or doesn't flow. You have a handout that comes with the DVD. So I'm going to grab the handout real quick here, and let's look at the front page, and then I'm going to go to the bulletin board here. All right, but let's look at the front page with all the colored circles on it. And then I'm going to come over here. And this is the equivalent of that, and this is called a bagua. Bagua. Sometimes you'll see it with the corners cut off there, but this is a good basic life energy grid type of thing, all right? So if you look at the bottom here, all right, of your handout, there's a little black arrow, all right? And that can go under any one of these three circles, the blue one, the blue-gray one, or the gray one here, all right? That indicates the door. Whatever door you use the most, all right? So we're going to start with a room. Imagine a square room, and let's say the door is right there. We'll just make a little bit of a, all right, that's the door you use to come in and out of the room. So that is how you would overlay this, all right, grid, all right, to see what parts of the room, all right, the energy is for specifically, you know, prosperity, fame, health, creativity, all right? So our room has a door here. It could be a bedroom. It's just a square room, all right? So if you walk in this room here, all right, the room is divided up into 9 different parts. I have no idea how they determined this, all right? It's like yoga. Nobody's really sure. But this has been around for thousands of years, so let's just play with it. Just let's see what it's got to offer us here. You walk in the door, and this is your career. This is your career part right here, all right? So we've already, in our minds, divided the room up into 9 different equal squares. Over here is your wisdom corner. Here is your family and friends corner. Your prosperity and wealth corner. Fame and reputation corner. Love and relationships corner, creativity children corner, travel helpful people corner. So say you're going through a rough patch in your marriage, or you can't find the right person to be with in your life. And you look around the room here, and there's a bunch of junk in the corner where there's love and relationships. The colors are not pink. That's supposed to be pink. There's junk there. It doesn't even look good to you to look at it. So the first thing you got to do for that particular corner there, if that's one of your problem areas in your life, is you got to clean it out. Clutter is stuck energy. Get rid of the clutter. Then you're looking for things in this corner here, whether there's furniture here or not, that go with the colors. So it would be pink stuff. It would be hearts and flowers. Cute person that you just like the look of, all right? It doesn't have to be anything big time. Even you can put in one of those little table fountains, plant anything to get some life into this corner here, all right? So say you walk into this room there and you want to get a Feng Shui energy boost for every one of these things. So it's pretty I mean, there are some specific things you can get for Feng Shui, but it's whatever you have around the house. You just got to organize it differently. So let's go over here to your wisdom corner. And do you need some insight on something that's been bothering you, blocking you? A wisdom corner. You can put a set of encyclopedias here, or some of your favorite books, or an owl. Something that represents, you know, a little bit higher awareness, or a meditation book. Something that you find wise and inspiring. Family and friends, a classic place to put your family photos, friends' photos. Prosperity, wealth, all right, and the color is, it's kind of, what is the color there? It's kind of an olivey greeny. All right, prosperity, wealth, that's purple. Put a money tree in here, put money plant in here, it's purple, put some purple in there. Anything that represents wealth, you know, one of those fake $1 million bills, you know, just fun stuff, coins, again, a fountain to get things flowing. Fame and reputation, the color is red, put something red there, put something that you aspire to there in terms of your career, maybe your computer can go there. All right, now this is hard and fast, and it's again what flows from you. It's a very creative process. Love and relationships, again, pink. You know, Valentine's Day, things that represent to you something ideal in terms of love and relationships. Creativity in children, this is artwork as well as kids. Children can represent, you know, the creation of your mind as well as any other way. A lot of the artists at the Yoga Center, you know, if you think of this as the door to the Yoga Center, I off a lot of my artists just gravitate to this corner here. They don't even know it, but that's the way that the place has been set up. Artwork, you know, your own artwork, somebody else's artwork, you know, art supplies, you know, children, you know, of just a playful state, puppies, kitties, you know, just something like that. Travel, helpful people, all right, that's in this part of the corner here. So if you have any people that inspire you, like Gandhi or Martin Luther King, or anybody that you feel you'd like to have their picture around you to inspire you, all right, you can put here travel, any place you'd have been or like to go, souvenirs from where you've gone, places you'd like to go, all right, get that energy flowing here. And career is here, so you can put in things here. Now you got the door here, so you might have to have a little bit of you might have to put it here or here. If there's a wall here, put a picture of something you'd like to do with your career. All right, the classic Feng Shui, there's a bit of a leak of energy out here because of wherever the door swings, whether it's here or whether it's here. You know, if it swings in, you know, you might have to put a mirror to put the energy back to flow. And health and well-being, usually in the center of the room is left open, but maybe you could put a rug, that color there, to represent health and well-being, a gold rug or a yellow rug, something like that. All right. So this is the classic Feng Shui Bagua, but this particular form may be familiar to you from other things. If you're a quilter, you'll know this is called a 9-patch. This is one of the very basic classic quilt patterns here. So I'm going to move over here in just a moment, and why don't you look at your handout, and I want you to go back to the next page where it says something called a quinnox. A quinnox. And if you'll look at this, and this is a Western sort of an amulet type of a thing that people have used for years. They claim that it helps rejuvenate them, keep them focused. You can take this with a grain of salt, but this I got out of a catalog for Western style, you know, mystical supplies many years ago, and here it was. So that's called the quinnox in the West, all right? I guess we intuited that a little bit. Now we're going to look to another form of this, and this is specifically a money cure, and it's called the Kubera. And Kubera is the archetype in Hindu mythology, specifically not only for wealth but for money energy. Remember, money is basically energy. So if you unblock your energy, all right, money is going to flow to you more freely. And this is called the Kubera, or magic square. So the numbers are here in a certain way, but you'll notice if you go down and up or sideways or even crisscross, they all add up to 72. And if you add in the 2 and the 7 together, as any style of numerology will do, it adds up to the number 9. And 9 is the number of completion and manifestation. It's 3 times 3. In the Arabic system of numbers, it's the highest you can go. All right, and so if you'll look on here real quick, there are some little instructions at the top here. I'll talk you through this real quick, but you can either put this in your money corner, which would be up here. You can meditate on this. It's very simple. All right, you can look at this and say to yourself, and you've got to do it 9 times, and it goes this way, this way, this way, then that way, that way, that way. Eventually you can memorize it. It just gets stuck in your head, but you're looking at physics, getting some physics going here. And it would be 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27. You move over here. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. You'd go same thing here 9 times, 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 and then you go back up to the 27, and this time you go 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 27, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 22, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, 23, and again up to here 9 times, 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 here 9 times. If you want the mantra, it's Om Kum Kubaya Namaha. All right, so you are invoking this particular archetype that's very good at producing money energy. All right, you may recognize Shreem. Of course, that is the shortened version of the mantra for Lakshmi, who is the goddess or the archetype of prosperity. And you go around the square starting at the bottom 9 times. Shreem, 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 all the way around 9 times starting at the bottom. So if you'd like to work with it at that level, you know, feel free, or you can just put this, make a copy of this and put it in your money energy place there. All right. Now I've given you in the packet some nice things to do for your feng shui. All right, so here is Lakshmi, the archetype, maternal archetype of wealth and prosperity. Again, the many arms just denote the many blessings that she can confer to you and that she stands for. One hand is the money energy's coming out of that, and she's got lotus, and there are all different ways to be prospered, but certainly money is something that she is connected with. You got the elephant in the background, horses are also her thing, and her swans. So you could put this different places here. You could put this in your prosperity and wealth corner. You know, maybe you want to tap into the wonderful maternal archetype within yourself. You could put it family and friends. You could put it health and well-being. So if any of these particular pictures I've given you, they really call to you to go to some part of the house here, even though it may not seem like it was what you should do at the moment, play with it, or maybe meditate a little bit with it. Where would I put this? You can put multiple pictures up. All right. The next one, Sri Shiva here, and this is the archetype, a very striking male archetype here. He's got his trident for cutting through negativity. Shiva, of course, means love. All right, is one of the great male archetypes in Hindu mythology or Indian mythology. You could put this guy anywhere. Where are you really, really negative? Are you having a heck of a time with some of your kids? Well, stick it over here in family and friends and let him do some of the clearing out of the dead energy for you. Are you looking for a guy? Boy, is he cute. Well, put him up in your love and relationships corner here. A lot of, whenever I do this workshop here, the women get a load of Shiva and go, oh yeah, all right. So if that's float your boat here, you can put him here, but anywhere in the larger sense that he could cut through negativity for you. All right, so that may be something you'd like to work with. Here is Ganesha, just celebrated his birthday. Ganesha is the elephant headed god that removes obstacles. All right, and he's a very, very beloved archetype all over the world. He's just funny looking. You know, he's riding, you know, sometimes he's shown riding on a mouse, and he does kind of goofy things. But he is the remover of obstacles. If you have a business, or if you go to any business in India, this archetype will be prominently displayed as you come in the door, all right, so that they will be sure to get all the blessings that they can. And they honor this archetype. You might see flowers in front of the picture, a little bowl of raisins, some incense, something like that. But where do you need obstacles removed in your life? You know, you may have to have Ganesha in every single place here. Well, that's fine if you feel stuck that way. This is a good way to start, to at least realize that you have some stuck energy there. Try not to treat it like a problem. Look at it more like a project, all right? So that it's something that's challenging and something that you have fun working out as you begin to open up to your higher awareness abilities. You get past thinking monkey mind and into the part of the mind there that is brilliant and inspired and sees everything as an opportunity instead of a burden. All right, this is the eternal couple, Krishna and Radha, all right, an eternally loving couple. You might want to put this in your love and relationships corner, or maybe it's just a beautiful piece of artwork and you'd like to put it in creativity and children. This is a classic for infertility cure kind of thing here. If you're having a little trouble, getting on with the process of conceiving. Again, it's all creativity. So there are many classic cures for infertility that can go in this particular part of the Bhagwa here. It could go family and friends, or maybe you need some wisdom. Again, feel free to, wherever the Spirit moves you to put these, can go anywhere. All right, we had a great question in one of my other workshops. Could they use the Christian saints depending on what they stand for? You better believe it. Whatever your tradition loves and likes to associate with certain things, like the Saint Joseph's, patron saint of hopeless causes, and you're supposed to bury a statue of Saint Joseph upside down in a property you want to sell, that kind of thing. That's all energy work there. It's just how the Westerners have chosen to interpret it. All right, so again, what you're going to do is you're going to take this packet here. Let's turn back to the front here. All right, and you might want to stop the DVD and go get a couple pieces of blank paper and a pencil or pen. All right, so go ahead and stop the DVD. I'll keep talking, or I'll hum to myself as you go get whatever you want here. Okay, welcome back. So sit someplace comfortable. You're going to be drawing. This is supposed to be fun. All right, so you have your hand out in front of you with the colored squares. You can see that. Welcome back. So take your piece of paper and something to write with, and your hand out with the colored squares in front of you. And now imagine a room in your house. It doesn't matter what, but is there some room in your house that you don't like or you wish could be better? All right? And imagine it. Now imagine where the door is to the room. The door you use most frequently. If it's to the door into the bathroom, that doesn't count. If it's an en-suite bathroom, it's the door you use most frequently. Even if it's a spare bedroom, it's the main door into the room. All right, now imagine it from the perspective of the door it can be here or here or here, it doesn't matter. But that's how you're going to situate the Bhagwa. The door is at the bottom somewhere. Okay? Now in your mind's eye, If you want to, on your piece of paper even, you can draw the basic shape of the room. If it's not a square, you know, draw it in an L shape, whatever you can do. We'll talk about weird shapes in a moment. But just it doesn't have to be perfect. Just draw the basic shape of the room and wherever the door is, here, here, or here. All right? Now look at your handout. All right? And just, you know, freehand, you know, divide up the room into 9 approximately equal squares. Draw the lines, crisscrossy. Okay. Now just start to go. I don't care where you start. Let's start in wisdom corner here, all right? Now imagine your room. What's in your wisdom corner? Is it junk? Is it something that isn't blue? Okay, just go around. In your mind's eye, you can draw a little, you can write little notes. I don't care what you do here. Go around here. What do you got in the family and friends corner? You know, do you have a skeleton from Halloween, you know, and that might be okay because it reminds you of how cute your kids were in Halloween. That could work one way. But if it's a skeleton in another way, it may mean, you know, negative energy to you, to your family and friends. Maybe you want to clear that out. Prosperity and wealth. Is that cluttered? Just take a little bit of an assessment. What's in your fame and reputation corner? What's the color? What is there physically? Love and relationships, creativity and children, travel, helpful people, career, health and well-being. So the easiest thing to change is maybe color. Are there things in the room that you could just shift around, a piece of bric-a-brac or a rug or a piece of furniture? Maybe at a blue, you know, chair up here. Can you put it down there? All right. That will not only be blue, but if you put a couple of books next to it, that'll be a good wisdom corner thing. Family and friends. Maybe you had, you know, children's pictures over in travel and helpful people, but maybe you'd rather have them here. Once you start this, things start to flow. They kind of present yourself and you go, oh no, this is over here, and then I can put this here, and it just kind of takes over. It's a lot of fun. It's a very creative process. So see if there's anything just in the room alone that you can start to shift around from black to gray, green, gold, you know, so at least get the energy flowing a little bit better. And then you can start to maybe look for things not necessarily in the room, but in your house or your attic or your basement. Just 1 or 2 things. You don't have to clutter it back up. Oh my gosh, I've got this great thing for, you know, prosperity and wealth. You know, I got some old money plant that my next door neighbor gave me and she's been hanging up downstairs. Oh, that'd be perfect for there. Or somebody gave you a little table fountain there and you're having some problems maybe with prosperity and wealth. Well, maybe if you can set it up and have it running there. Put a plant there. Plants are great to liven the energy there. All right, maybe it's your spare room and you know, you've got a computer. What the heck to do with your computer? Well, what do you use your computer for if you're going to put your computer in here? Now, maybe you've already intuited a good place to put your computer would be in the career corner. So maybe you got that going already, but you still could use more oomph. Well, look at the color. It's kind of a bluey greeny. Maybe you need some of that color there. Maybe you need some pictures of what you would like for your career to morph into. All right, it's real simple stuff. You don't even have to get into these feng shui, the chores that I've given you yet. You can get online, there's tons of them. There's Chinese coins and crystals, and it's loads of fun. So it's just lots of fun. Anything with a crystal or mirror is going to reflect the chi or the prana or the life force, so you got to be careful where you put your mirrors. Doors and windows can leak chi. That's why people put crystals or a piece of stained glass in front of the window there. Maybe you want to do that. If you've got a window here, there, you might have to put a crystal in front of it so it doesn't leak out some of your prosperity or wealth. All right, but if you look around just the room here, and if you stop for a moment, and now where are you blocked in your life? You know, take I don't know, 2 or 3 places you could stand some help with, and you know, in terms of what we've offered you here, which pretty much covers it all. All right, the whole thing adds up to spirituality. So, and spirituality can go anywhere. That would cover any of these in here. You know, where are you really having some challenges? Not problems, challenges, all right? Remember, coming to consciousness is always painful. You got to kind of bring the stuff that's been bugging you up to consciousness. It may bring up temporarily feelings of frustration or anger or even shame or blame. But the nice thing about this process is the moment you notice what you've been struggling with and you say, well, me and everybody else, and then you can begin to work it out, letting the energy flow not only through you, but getting your environment to reflect your new, more open feeling or your more flowing feeling towards what you have to do for yourself in your life. All right. So that's, now you can start to pull out some of the Feng Shui cures. You can pull out Ganesha. Are you stuck in prosperity and wealth? Well, you could stick one of your pictures of, just make a whole bunch of copies of these things here and put Ganesha and prosperity and wealth. But what else could you put there that I've given you? You could put your Kubera here. You could put Lakshmi here. You could put all three in here if that floats your boat. All right. Anything else that represents money or flowing to you, or you know, things that you'd like to do in your life, kind of thing here. Fame and reputation. All right. How would you like to be seen by your peers? Maybe you need a little unblocking there. Well, you can put Ganesh there too. All right. Love and relationships. Maybe we would put the eternally loving couple there. I don't know, put that cute picture of Shiva there, or somebody you like, you know, Brad Pitt, you know, whatever you like, or whatever's going on there with the, you know, what you like or would like to have in your life here. Creativity, children, again, pictures of your kids or artwork, anything creative, a piece of pottery, jewelry, music. That'd be a good place for your stereo, maybe. All right. Travel, helpful people, you know, people you find inspiring in your life, or what places you'd like to travel. Again, get the color right, and then start to fine tune it. Maybe put up some pictures. Maybe you had your travel pictures up on Fame and Reputation, which wasn't really the best place for them, but all you gotta do is put your travel pictures from here over here. That's not such a hard fix. All right, look where the furniture is. Make sure you never place a couch with its back to the window. All right, that's supposed to be guaranteeing you hidden enemies, people going behind your back kind of thing there. All right, this is real basic. If it's a bedroom, for instance, and your door is here, try not to put the bed here. You don't want that energy to hit you in the bed all the time when you go to sleep. So if your door is here, the bed should go something like that. Again, you know, get online. There's tons of Feng Shui cures for furniture. Sometimes if you've got this, think of this as maybe as your office, someplace like that. The door is here. Maybe you want to put your desk at an angle like that instead of getting hit with the chi here. Sometimes it's nice to angle the desk, or it looks a little bit more, it's a nice flow pattern here. All right. Again, you can use this on your desk. You can put the bagua right over your desk. All right. You can put it on a room. All right. Now what happens if you've got a funny shaped room here? It maybe goes like that. All right. This is cut out. All right. First floor, second floor, it doesn't matter. You have to square this off somehow. And the quickest cure is to put on the ground floor around the foundation of the house here somehow or another, put in a flower bed, but square off the corner with a plant, a fountain, a tree. All right. So that's that kind of a cure, even though it may be a second-story bedroom. All right, I'm going to turn this sideways, and we're going to now deal with the floor plan of your house. So maybe get another piece of paper, or turn over the one you're working on, okay? And I'm going to turn this this away here, and I don't think I have to. I'll just move it over a little bit. So think of the floor plan of your house. Again, it's just real basic. All right? So let's see here. And again, think of the door you go in the most. It may not necessarily be your front door, but the door you use the most. All right? Maybe the door from the garage into your kitchen. All right? So I'm just going to draw a basic floor plan. Then I may be turning it around. So let's see what happens. But in my mind's eye, I'm going to, let's see if I can draw the basic floor plan of our house here. So it goes kind of like that. And it's basically a square floor plan, all right? And then I can start to add a little bit. Oh, well, let's see here. I got a kind of a front porchy thing over here. Okay, good enough. Where do we come in and out? We come in and out right here. Okay. So that means I'm going to have to put the bagua on this house here, I'm going to have to turn it so that the door, wherever the door is at the bottom. All right? So go ahead and draw your floor plan as best you can, and then figure out which door you use the most. It may not be your front door. Which door do you use the most? The garage wouldn't really count. I mean, if your garage is down here, don't worry about really the garage. It's the house. There are feng shui cures for the garage. No question about it. You can put the bagua on your garage. You know, you can cut it into square, and generally garages are square. That wouldn't be a problem. Right. The next thing you're going to do is make the 9 squares here. All right. Let me get a different color pen. All right. So I'm going to overlay the bagua. And so it kind of goes here. I got to include this thing. So I'm coming up here. I'm coming up here. I'm going over here. I'm coming down here. And I'm just going to cut it into, all right, 9 even squares, just like that. And again, this is approximate. If you really want to get out the ruler, you know, fine. And well, this is 2/10 of an inch this way, and this, you know, fine, whatever. But this is all approximate. All right. Then you're going to look at the bagua, and I'm noticing some gaps already. All right. This is, the whole thing here is my prosperity corner, but I got this porch that sticks out here, and I got this little bit of an empty space. So I know that I got to plant a tree or a bush or something that just by eye squares it out. Same thing down here to get the energy to flow. Now, just from personal history here, this is our prosperity corner here. We had it landscaped a couple of years ago. This tree made it. She squared it off for me. I did it with the bagua. And this tree didn't make it. This is our prosperity corner, okay? So she's in the process of getting us another tree to square off this corner here. In the meantime, knowing this, I have really gotten a lot of good feng shui cures in this part of the house there to kind of counteract that little bit of a floating. And that's a dead tree there. I don't want that dead tree in my prosperity corner. So just get me a nice new live tree. It'll be interesting to see what kind of an impact it has on our finances. But in the meantime, feng shui is all about remedies. It's not about bemoaning your fate. It's about doing something about it. All right, you balance things out. All right, so we're getting a new tree in here, but in the meantime, I've got actually a bagua-shaped mirror. I've got purple stuff. I got a money tree. I got all kinds of interesting things in here. All right, this is the next one here. All right, family and friends. So I have a couple of pictures here. This is actually half and half. It's actually separated like that. So this bleeds over a little bit into family and friends. So I got a couple of pictures people used to know up in Buffalo. All right, and then this bleeds over into here, and this is part family, friends, part our love and relationships corner here. Well, our bedroom's down over here, okay? But I'm still treating this room, it's our spare bedroom, with the love and relationship theme. So I've got a couple nice pictures of my parents. They were married for 50 years. My grandparents married for 50 years. The carpet is pink. I've got, you know, just cute things in there that remind people of being in love and just fun things there. I'm not really a mushy person, but things that remind me of beautiful relationships of all kinds here. Okay, so I got that going on with that. A little bit here. All right, got a little bit of the porch going on here, so we continue that over here. A little bit of maybe a gold rug here, all right, for the middle of the house. I got that's actually the kitchen there. You know, and this is our wisdom, or excuse me, travel and helpful people. So I got some, this is the door coming right here. I've got some pictures of people that I find inspiring and wise, you know, and I've got some rocks out here for my travels to Texas, so it's all around here like that. This is our career corner here, so you can put in things for your career, stuff like that. All right, so this particular corner is a wisdom corner, this part of it here. She did square it off for me here. I've got a little picture of a little frog Buddha here in my garden. All right, this is our bedroom here, so I got lots of pictures of inspiring people and things like that. All right, it's not hard and fast. I mean, if I was to come to your house there, it wouldn't be all completely one or the other. All right, I try to keep the colors flowing within the colors of the Bagua, and just enough so that when I look around the room there, it flows. Okay. All right, so go ahead and look at yours, square things off, maybe a different colored marker. Where might you real quick in your garden be able to put in some cures to square off part of the house that juts out, you know, bumps, but you're looking at the whole footprint here, and then you overlay the Bagua. You know, maybe take some colored pencils and just, if it helps you do that, color it in, whatever color it is, write in, all right, what the actual, you know, subject of that particular square is, and then just take it from there, and then go around the house. What can you, you know, put around real quick? They actually, on a Home and Garden channel a couple years ago, had a lady that did that, and she just took whatever was in their house and just rearranged it so that it would flow better. It was a design on a dime or something like that. It was a very interesting program. But she did use Feng Shui principles, and she did just use what the people had in the house. And they did do follow-ups with these very simple things this woman did, you know, 2 months later, 3 months later, and the people were astounded. They couldn't believe it. All they did was they got rid of the clutter, they moved some pieces of furniture around, they put some color here, they put some different things, they just rearranged whatever they had in the room of the house around to where it more appropriately, you know, reflected the energy that was dominant in that corner or part of the house there. I got a job, I've been out of work for 6 months, I got pregnant, you know, anything that they were kind of feeling a blockage in their life, you know, was starting to come through for them. All right, so this works for any, you know, tradition. If you're, you know, Jewish, the mezuzah, all right, is a classic Feng Shui type thing. Putting it up in the door there to just glance at it or touch it for its blessings as you come and go. All right, all different kinds of traditions have things they like to have up around them, and it depends on where you care to put them in the square here. They'll have the most impact, but that's a real personal thing, so don't worry about doing it wrong, all right? If you're not of a tradition that is into the Christian saints there, maybe you have a Muslim person or Rumi or you know, a Sufi master that you'd like to put up in your wisdom corner. Of course you do that. Or if there's somebody from another tradition, the Dalai Lama you find inspiring, well, that could go in your wisdom corner, whatever is meaningful to you. All right, so it's not necessarily the same thing for everybody. All right. Another question that I've had is, well, this is very interesting, but are you tempting fate by kind of taking a hold of, you know, what's going on here? Are you trying to be a control freak about any of this? Absolutely not. This is ancient technology. It's been around for thousands of years. You really don't have anything to lose by playing with this a little bit. This is a particularly accessible type. The other types have compasses, and they're divided up into north, north, northeast, and north, north, southeast, and you orient the house a certain way there. And they're valid too, but this one works really well for just basic energy flow. If you really want to get into it, I think there's a Feng Shui practitioner in Buffalo that you can call. You know, but they're going to come out with their compass and their, you know, things to survey and get. And again, it isn't a matter of moving your house to the right direction. It's a matter of getting the cures in place so that the energy flows properly. So you wouldn't have to rebuild your house. But you need to be aware in the Far East there, they don't build a house. They don't build a building without getting those geomancies in there and getting right away the energy flow in the building situated so the energy flow already is going to be good, and then they will design it to be even better with whatever, wherever they put things. Gardens, Japanese gardens are classic, examples of feng shui, things like that. If you've ever been to a beautiful Japanese garden, you know how peaceful it is, and it's just not because it's got the beautiful plants. They have been arranged a certain way, and they are cared for in a very tender way, so that the energy of the gardener goes right into the plants, and of course that's transmitted to whoever is in there enjoying the sacred space there. So this is sacred space. You're creating your own sacred space. By extension, you're creating your life as a sacred space so that your own particular gifts can be given and received equally. It's not a matter of sacrifice, it's a matter of what honors you and what honors other people, all right? And that's a good flow aspect to it. If you're one of these people that, the person that says, well, I'm not going to eat lunch for a week because the kid needs new shoes, all right, the shoes aren't going to be all that the child needs, and it's certainly not going to be good for you because neither one of your needs have been met equally. So if you're one of these people that thinks that's just the way it is, you might want to consider working with this a little bit more just to see if there's a better fit for the energy flow in your life that honors you equally as well as others. If that balance is not there, if it's too much you or too much towards them, you're not going to have a flow, and that is going to come back karmically to you until you get it, until you do start to honor maybe yourself a bit more. And by extension, you will be honoring other people more. Again, the classic traditional story behind this, a loving couple, the woman's very sick, the man leaves her up in the hills there in a cave, goes down each day to beg bread, water, whatever he can get. All right, he comes back up to the cave, gives the woman all of it. He takes none of it. Eventually, of course, he's going to die. He can't go down in town anymore and beg whatever they need. And when he dies, she dies. So who wins in this scenario here? So obviously the moral of the story is you break it in half, and he should have had half of whatever he received and given the other half to the woman there, and that would have been a different story altogether. So that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at flow, looking at having fun. Come up with your own feng shui cures. Again, there are plenty of good books out there on the internet. You're looking for something called the Black Hat School, all right, which is, I think, Tibetan in origin. Again, all this stuff, again, started in India. The Indian version of this is called Vastu. I don't know that much about it. Maybe someday I will, but this is a really nice, fun thing to work with. Just pulling with whatever stuff you have in the house, and just see what might happen in your life. All right, again, I don't make house calls. This is not my background particularly. I find these nice techniques here, and it's nice for other people to be exposed to them. All right, I think we covered most of everything here. Again, if you're interested in this in a bigger way, feel free to check into it. This is how it's spelled, F-E-N-G-S-H-U-I, Feng Shui, or Feng Shui. All right, and thank you very much. Namaste.